Obviously, Tyreek is a special player. He's got a special skill set. He's got dynamic speed. It's very easy to get him the football, and we thought it'd be a really good opportunity when it was presented to us to add an elite player to our offense, along with all the really good players that we have now. And obviously, Joe was aggressive, took a big swing, didn't work out, win some, lose some, but happy we tried it. But you know what? It's football, right? You win some, you lose some. The young man wanted to go to Miami. We knew that. We knew we had to be aggressive, which I felt like we were. And it's really excited for him. You know that he gets his opportunity to go back home, but and really excited for the opportunity to compete against him. Now there's great players all over the league, and so you're used to playing elite players, and obviously with him being at Miami, it's a great opportunity for us to go and compete. I don't know if it's a priority. Obviously, we want to add as many really good players as we can. We've got a lot of draft capital to do some of that. We have a lot of needs on our football team in terms of just trying to fill some roster voids. Thought we did a great job in free agency with the things that we did, but to call it a priority one over the other, I don't know if I see it that way. I think every position, we're in a good position to take the best players available at every single spot, and that's something we'll do. You know what? I feel like we really attacked the character side of the football game in our locker room. When you look at DJ Reed and Whitehead and CJ, Conklin and Lincoln, and I'm sure I'm forgetting someone. Too, and they're bringing an edge to the locker room. They're bringing professionalism to the locker room, and they're bringing a winning pedigree to the locker room. They've all been in championship games. They've all been in winning with winning organizations. So it's really exciting to get those guys here. Yeah, you know what? I can't speak for the other 31. I'd imagine so. And if an opportunity presents itself, I know Joe will pull out his baseball bat and take a swing. So we'll, but at the same time, it's not something that we're looking for constantly. But if something pops up because of another team's needs, we'll be ready to have a conversation on it. Right now, the plan is Tomlinson at left guard and move AVT to right. Lincoln's been in the league a long time, playing left guard for a very long time. AVT has shown flexibility in college. He played tackle, played guard. He's got tremendous flexibility, and he's still a young pup, and there's a lot of things that he can learn, and really think the dynamic of our offensive line will work really well with those, especially with that interior. We got a really good one. No, it's just, either way, Lincoln, like I said, has had a lot of success at left guard in this league. He was a Pro Bowler last year, and it's something that we just don't want to mess with for him. AVT will be fine. He's still young. There's still things that he's still learning. Him doing it on the right side, he's very, very athletic. He'll be able to pick it up pretty quick. At any position. Weapons, obviously, they're game changers. Anyone who can touch the ball and go 80 at any moment is important. And, so if those opportunities present, we'll attack. But at the same time, we're not in a panic either, because we have a lot of draft capital, and it's things that we can address in the draft. It's. I feel like when I was in the NFC, it felt the same way, where guys just kept jumping ship on the AFC. So it's all cyclical, right? But it's exciting because we get to go compete against them. But it's exciting also to continue to try to close the gap, because we feel like we've had a really good offseason. And and obviously we may not have hit the headlines with the star players, but still feel like we took a really good step this offseason, and it's fun to watch the league work. I mean, it's the world's longest soap opera, so it's pretty cool to watch. Yeah, it's going to happen. We're still building. Obviously, we're going to have our moment in the sun, and it's a big off season for a lot of our young guys to come in and take a step and show the progress that we know that they're capable of. And when they do that, and when it's our time to pounce, we'll pounce. But like I said, though, we've got a lot of draft capital. We got a lot of exciting moments. This off season's not close to done. He's doing great. Expecting him back for training camp. He'll be around the building. He's going to be. We've already seen him. He's excited to get back. The guy's watching tape on the draft picks. He's doing everything. So he's fully involved. Really excited to get him back. It's. I don't think it changes anything. We were the worst defense in football last year, and it's got to get better. And we're playing a lot of elite football players, and I think second year in the system will add some continuity. But at the same time, we were young last year, and they're going to get better. We get Carl back. We'll add pieces, so we'll be better. What does that look like? I'm not sure yet, but we'll definitely be better. We wouldn't want him to. There's no point in rushing him back.
What's up, man?
Oh yeah, Jameson's a pro's pro. Very smart route runner, all that stuff. All the football stuff aside, he's one of the. He's going to be one of the better locker room guys at Buffalo. He's a tremendous leader. Guys look up to him. Really sad to see him go. Really excited for his next opportunity. Yeah, there's there's a saying that you want guys who can help you plant the flag in terms of the messaging and all that stuff. And my relationship with Lincoln was just the level of respect for the way he played, his tenacity on game day, that nastiness that we'd bring in between the whites when kickoff would start, and the competitive nature that he brings, his mental toughness, his book smarts, all of it, and so bringing him and DJ Reed and guys who know us and who think like us, along with, even though I don't know Whitehead, it's the same thing, and Conklin and CJ, they really good group of guys that all match that same character of what we're trying to accomplish, trying to bring into our locker room. Yeah, it doesn't. We're still young. You go from a rookie to a second-year player. You're still young. So for me, we all want to see that progress. That glimmer of hope that you're about to be a superstar. That step in the right direction. That you're going to be a fixture in the NFL for years to come. And that's what you're looking for out of these young guys. But you also want to see Becton make a comeback and have a great third year. You want to see Mimsy come back and have his best year, and Ashton Davis and all the 20 draft picks to bounce back from what happened a year ago. They have a chance. They're all special, and they can do this. But so there's a lot of things that we want to look at over the course between now and the season. And when the season starts, so there's that jump that we'd like to see everybody make. We've been in constant communication with him. Feel like he's doing a really good job. Really excited to see him come back, and he's putting out the work. It's not easy going through what he's going through, and I can speak. I'll speak for him. I do know when he does come back, he's going to be a ball of butcher knives. So just really excited to get him back. So. Well, just in general, he's a very large man, and he's been working on that knee. So the road back for him is going to be harder than a guy like me who, if I had the same injury, I'm like, it is what it is, and I know he's working his tail off and really excited to get him back. Say that one more time. That I'm not sure about that one yet, but excited to get him back for OTAs. Well, we'll see how that works out. That's stuff that we're talking through and going through all of OTAs, and like I said, George has earned the right to be in the conversation, to have that left tackle spot, and Makai's out there. Call it a competition if you want, but you know, we know what George has done, and really excited to get him back too. So. We'll see. We'll see. That's a joke question. We'll talk about that when we get back. It's good. You know, we're working with the league office and all that stuff, so we'll discuss all that stuff internally. For sure, and I think his embarrassment and the way he feels it. Obviously, nobody was there to have that conversation with him, but it's a great lesson for everybody. It doesn't matter if you have one, two. In this day and age, it's very easy to get an Uber. It's not hard, and I know he knows he made a mistake, and hopefully it's something that we can learn from. We'd love to see Zach own the playbook at a faster clip. Not that he wasn't, you know, his typical rookie learning curve. We're really looking for that recall, and you know, just the fundamentals. Sorry, guys. So the fundamentals, all the different stuff that we're looking for. That's all going to come, but for OTAs, really looking for him to take that step in the right direction with regards to playbook, football 101, absorbing the scheme, so he can play a lot faster. Yep. Yeah. You know, I love JD. I thought he was going to have a really good year. He had a really good OTAs, was having a really good training camp. Obviously, he hurt his ankle and really rushed himself back to be a part of the team. And so the any issues that he may have had during the season were really him playing on a bum ankle. Really excited for him to go back to Detroit and get another opportunity. Really thought he was going to have a good year last year before that injury, but a tremendous individual, has his head in a really good spot, so really excited for him and his op. Yeah. You know, I know that we are closer. I know that we've done a really nice job with Joe and our staff and his staff rebuilding the foundation and replanting a foundation that we can build off of. The locker room is in really good shape. We got tremendous leadership in the locker room. We've got players who want to be here. They're not here because they're overpaid. They're here because they want to be here. And we've got guys who are made of the right mindset. We've got really good football players. And now it's about developing our young guys, continuing the draft, and continuing to close the gap that exists within the division. We'll see. No, yeah, of course it might be a little frustrating, but at the same time, you know, it's anytime you're in a rebuild. I've told you guys a million times, there's number 5, and early in the rebuild, that's just what it is. You know, people want to go to the perceived team that's closer to a championship, and but at the end of the day, it was like that in San Francisco in 17 and 18, and then you get Kittle and you draft Bosa and you draft you get Richard Sherman in free agency, and you add a couple of pieces, and next thing you know, you draft Fred Warner, and you hit, and now people just want to come to you, and so there's no panic. There's no panic at all. Does it get frustrating? Sure, but at the same time, it's something that we've been through. We expect it, and it's something that'll change eventually. I think it does a lot, and those two complement each other very, very well in terms of CJ just being that wide tight end, run game. Not that Conklin can't do that. He can do that too. He can fight his butt off. But getting the ball in space, running through zones, high crosses, all the different things that Azuma can do because he's so big and strong and fast. And then Conklin being able to dime people up and win one-on-ones and separate are really, really good complement to one another in what they do. And on top of it, like I've said before, their leadership and their drive and the chip they have on their shoulders, they want more. And to add that to that group, veteran leadership is really, really exciting. Oh yeah, so DJ Reed, I always talk about Nate Shepard being the king of strain. DJ Reed is going to be right there with him for that crown. The young man works his absolute butt off, and every single play you will feel the intensity of how he plays. Having him out there in his fight, obviously it helps the D-line a lot. Whitehead, what he's going to bring along with his toughness and his tenacity, his ability to communicate, and his mental football IQ is off the charts. And to have him back there to be a stabilizing force for our young defensive backfield, again, couldn't be happier that he's here, and really excited to see him play. Defined significantly. No, it's going to be a lot better. It'll be a lot better. We had last year, and I'm not making excuses, but it is what it is. Last year we had that 4-game stretch in the middle of the year where we were playing, where we got beat up. But before the bye week, we were playing at a pretty good level. And after those 4 games, we played significantly better. I think we ranked like 18th in ball, which is still not good enough, but we were better a year ago at the end of the last half of the year. But those 4 games in the middle of the season were so bad we could never recover. And so very confident, especially when we get Carl back and we continue to add in the draft, and our young guys continue to get better. Really excited about our group and its ability to get better. Well, you guys know me. I've said it before. Even if we had the fearsome foursome, we'd still be wanting to add a pass rusher. It's always going to help. And if the opportunity presents itself, we'll get it, but we're not going to force the position either. John Franklin Myers is in good shape, obviously, with Carl. We got added Jacob Martin. Bryce Huff is still in the fold, so we still feel good about our defensive line as it stands. Quinnen is getting ready to have a really good year, and Sheldon Rankin. So it's still a really good group. And it allows us the ability not to have to force the issue at any of our draft picks. If someone's there, we'll pounce on it. So. We're gonna go into a bare knuckle boxing match and get after. No, it's gonna be a great discussion for sure. So. With Jordan, he did a lot of different things in Tampa. Played corner, played nickel, played safety. He did a lot of different things, which shows he has the mental aptitude to be able to handle a big workload. He's going to play one spot and do a handful of things. So really excited to see where he can go when he's asked to do the same thing over and over and over again. And everyone's different philosophically, but honing in on a position where he can put himself on repeat. We always feel like a guy can maximize and really take his game to another level. And with how instinctive he is, when he's seeing the same things over and over again, it'll allow him to trigger a lot faster. So really excited for his opportunity and really excited to see where he can take this defense. Same thing as Zach. Take the step in the right direction. That in terms of your ability to show that you belong in this league for the long haul. Everyone can have a good rookie year. the really good ones have a very good second year, and the special ones trigger in the third year. So it's for him, it's to continue to get better, show up the way he shows up every day, bring your best effort every day, and trust that the results will be exactly what you want.
What's up?
The fourth quarter. He puts on his Superman cape, and he puts the team on his back, and he finds a way to win a football game. And I thought we would avoid having to play him, but now we get to play him. I don't know what week yet, but really happy for him. His locker room presence, leadership, his team-oriented manner. He's unbelievable. Really excited for Nathaniel Hackett to have the opportunity to coach him, and it's going to suck to play him, but it's good for him. Oh yeah. He's got a very energetic personality. Really happy for him. And when he got that job and just talked to him on the phone, he's got a heck of a roster to work with, and really excited for him and his op. Big man, very good decision maker. He was very accurate that particular day, and they beat us up pretty good. I remember that much. Yeah. My message to really all the second-year guys was that they're not the first or the last second-year players to have a hard season. It's league-wide. Second-year players struggle for one reason or another. My message to all of them was to come back, have the best offseason of your life, come back stronger than ever, and get ready to attack this thing and reestablish yourself the way you establish yourself as a rookie. And Denzel's been working hard, had been able to keep some communication with him. I know Miles has been talking to him, and so has Mike LaFleur. So excited for all of them to come back and take the step that we know that they're capable of taking. That's a great question. It's a combination of understanding the word no, and there's the balance of social life, money, and keeping the main thing. And somewhere in their rookie year and in that off season, they lose touch with the answer no. They struggle to balance the money, social aspect, and their want to go out and have their first bout of freedom that they've ever had in their life with millions of dollars in their bank account, right? So that's why a lot of second-year guys struggle. They just struggle with that balance and all that stuff. So hopefully this offseason they understand the balance, they understand how to attack it, and they understand how hard this business is. And usually they work their tails off, or they somehow trigger in the third year. So 1 second. Yep. I think it's a little bit different in there because you're dealing with you're dealing in short quarters. So usually, and it's just in layman's terms, you're looking for a guy who's got quicker feet and kind of a skill set. They're more involved in the run game. They're more involved in blitzing. They've got different things to do other than just being a man-to-man or a zone third corner or cloud corner. They've got hook drops, curl drops. They just do more. So they're almost like a hybrid between a safety and a corner, where a safety is a hybrid, or hopefully that's made. So they're kind of in between that safety corner because they got to do a heck of a lot more stuff. Good. Oh yeah, there's it's somewhere in training camp because you still have the hurdle of the 40 days when they're gone. So when they come back to training camp, there's like right around that third preseason game, and just the consistency is built up, and they built some equity. You feel like, okay, this dude's about to go off, and so you just see it all the time. No. Yeah. Same thing. So you try to beat it at the forefront. I think our performance staff has put together a really cool curriculum with regards to keeping the main thing, keeping the distractions at a minimum, and just helping them through this off season. And I know a lot of them have been working. And Zach, I've been joking around here that he's been on tour, just visiting his teammates, and so it's cool that he is putting in the work, and he's showing that he's putting in the work, and it's going to be good when they all get back, So I did not know. I'm excited for him. I think it's good to go see your teammates and all that. And we're really excited to get him back. I know he's been watching cut-ups and all that stuff, and not that he's putting in the work. He's definitely putting in the work. So. Say that one more time. Yeah. It's not so much a hindrance. It's just the learning curve of football. There's I've always said I learned a long time ago from Gus Bradley that football is three categories. You got 101, 301, 501. The 301 aspect is your fundamentals, your techniques. The 501 is your ability to understand the other side of the ball. But just like college, you can't get to the 301 level until you've mastered 101, which is scheme. And so when you see some of the errant throws that he had, that's indecision and thinking on scheme. So hopefully he comes back this year, masters that aspect of it, and then people can, because a lot of people saw it when his feet were right, his eyes were right, and he knew the play exactly the way it needed to be run. Like he'd rip it in there, and people were like, "Wow, there's the throw." So it's just getting more opportunities to have those situations for him, and that starts with one-on-one football. Oh man, again. Just like all the other guys we brought in, just the character of his character in the locker room, who he is as a man, the role he found within our offense, and Mike LaFleur, with Mike LaFleur and everybody, with all the different stuff he does, his reliability as a returner. Super, super happy that we brought him back. We'll see with this OTAs and how it works out. Elijah's got a pretty cool skill set in the sense that he can really rip the top off the coverage and scare people with his speed. That's his superpower. When you get to the slot, he can still do that, but there's different ways that you've got to use them. So there's going to be a whole lot of different things that we try in OTAs along with training camp to make sure that we get the best combination of guys out there. Yeah. There's he had offers from a lot of different places, and to be able to bring him back and back to New Jersey is really cool. Hey, I'm good, and yourself? Just from when he was a QC, even D'Amico definitely on the fast track, as everybody sees, but it's deserved. He's incredibly intelligent. He's got a tremendous demeanor to him. He's got great presence to him. Very organized, very detailed, and I know he pulled himself out of the head coaching race this year. But I promise, whoever hires him as a head coach is going to be very, very fortunate. Yeah, he's only going to get better. He's only going to get better. He's got obviously in the second half of the year, he really got into a groove, and he really, and when you watch a tape, that team took it on his identity, and really excited to see what he brings in year two. He's fantastic. You definitely saw it. Definitely saw it.
What was your impression of Nate Ollie?
Nate's great. Really upset that we lost him, but at the same time, he's excited for Gus. That's well documented. Gus is like a second father to me, so he's in good hands with Gus, and Gus has definitely got a heck of a D-line coach with him. We're interchangeable, so it's all the same. Yeah, for sure.
Thanks, guys.
I'm done?